you've mastered your front cross on the ground with your flat work, it's time to start sending your dog around an object. We use cones. You can use anything you've got at home. You can use a bucket, garden stakes, your vacuum cleaner in the house, a tree in your backyard. It doesn't matter, okay? Anything works here. So it's the same mechanics. We're just not moving with our dog. We're moving our dog around the cone. So I'm going to get close to the cone. I'm going to pull Maddie in beside me so she's facing forward. I'm handling with the left hand, the hand closest to the dog. Maddie. Maddie. Well, that's the finished product. Come here. So what the handling move looks like is just, I'm going to pretend there's a pot on top of this cone, and I'm just stirring the pot with my hand. So my hand is closed as though I have a spoon and my elbow is bent. And that's what the handling move looks like for a check-check. Our verbal cue for this is check-check. So the biggest mistake people make is in the beginning, they try to lure their dog around with the food on their nose, and then they throw it. So two things wrong with this. First of all, your dog, I think your dog has more intelligence and can figure this out without having to just follow food around. They're not thinking if they're following food. And secondly, it pulls you out of position. So you end up down here, and this is not how you want to handle in agility. You want to stand up tall, and so your dog can see where your body is pointing, your shoulders and your toes. So if your dog is having trouble figuring out how to go around the back, the easiest thing to do is just reward placement. So if Maddie's stuck there, if she had stopped there, I would drop the food there. Let's do it again, Matt. So dog beside me, dog comes forward, I drop the food on the back side of the cone. All right, we'll do it on this side. Come on, baby. Good. All right, dog goes forward, I drop the food there. She might come back this way, a lot of dogs will. Not going to worry about that in the beginning, because what you can do is once she's figured out the reward comes on the back side of the cone, you're going to drop your reward a little closer to the other side, and then the dog will probably follow through. So again, here we go, Matt. Okay. Good. All right. So I have food in my right. No, come here. Good girl. I have food in my right hand. I'm going to drop it there, and then I'm going to step back and throw through with the other hand. The reason we step back and throw through is because we want our dog to learn to wrap cones very tightly, instead of big sloppy turns. So the whole exercise will eventually look like this. Food in both hands. Dog comes around, I step back and I throw. All right, let's do it on this side. Good girl. That. So send the dog, step back and throw. All right. So dog goes, send dog with left, step back, throw with right, send dog with right, step back and throw with left. So if you break it down, it's not difficult, and your dog will not become frustrated. If you're confused and you're having trouble, figuring out which arm and where to step, and actually the only place you step is back, practice this without your dog in the beginning until you visualize your dog coming around and stepping back and throwing. Practice it until it's fluent and you understand what you're doing, and then go find a human to send around. Because if you are confused and you're fumbling with your arms, it's tough on the dog, and they lose motivation and tune out really quickly. So you really would prefer to get a little fluent with this before you start sending your dog. And check, 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 check. Good, get it, good. So the other thing is, take your time, but keep it short, all right? This is a hard handling skill mentally for dogs, and I've seen people wear their dogs out totally by doing 10 of these in a row because they're excited their dogs are doing it. Do 2 or 3 on each side at the very most in the beginning, and then go play with your dog. And then come back later and do 2 or 3 at the most on each side again, and then go play with your dog. Better to do frequent short ones, and because we want the dog to be happy about this, we want them to be enthusiastic. You know, if you've got a dog who's really motivated with food, use lots of food. If you've got a dog that's toy motivated, you know, send your dog around and throw a toy or throw a ball. Whatever makes them happy and keeps them motivated. All right? So, go have some fun with it. Front cross around a cone.